Hi technicians, it's Jen from Draftline. In order to get Draftline, you have to go to one of the app stores, which is either your Google Play or the Apple App Store, and you search for Draftline Technician and we will pop up. You have to go in and to log in, you have to put your email address. You also have to put your password. It is case sensitive. And now we're logging in, and this is my demo account. And so here you see it brings us to our regular trips page. One of the things that's changed a little bit is up here on the top right corner, you have your avatar. And mine's just a picture of a sunset. And with that, you can change your avatar here if you click on the pencil. So if you click, you can update from camera or gallery. One of the reasons why I like this is because it lets you know that you've accepted the proper permissions to let Draftline work with your device. So I'm just going to hit cancel to back out. And then here we do have language settings. If you need a different language, let us know. We have to upload that. You've got your Apple Maps over here. I prefer Apple because I have an iPhone and an Apple Watch. You get to decide now. So you've got more options. Again, canceling out. If you are a technician that has access to the dashboard because you're overseeing other technicians, you'll be able to click there and it will take you to the dashboard. You still do have to log in, and I'm not going to walk through that on this, but it takes you to the dashboard. And again, you input your information and you should be good. One of the great things on this is we have our cloud support caller chat. So you click that. This will give you the phone number, so it's all in app. So you can call, text, or email. We also have our email address is support@draftlinetechnologies.com, and you just have to click on it and it will take you directly there. Or if you want to text or phone call, you could just go right there. Our amazing world-class cloud support team is there at the ready 5 days a week, almost 24 hours a day, Monday through Friday. So that is now in app on both Android and iOS. You can choose your theme here. I just stick with the light theme. And then privacy policy is there that you can click on. And it's just got a lot of details that have always been online. We just didn't have them in app previously. So you can log out here at any time. You are expected to be logged in during the day when you're working and logging calls. So I'm going to go back up here to my account. Click the back arrow, and that will take me to the trips page. Up in this search box, you can search for accounts by street name, by city, and it will bring them up if they're on your route. This little reverse clock is how you can click on previous trips, so that will take you backwards. I'm going to click on the calendar here, and this will take me forward. And so today's, I can't believe it's July 13th already. And so I'll click back to that. But it's going to default usually to the next day. So I'm going to hit clear to back out of this. But if you need to go backwards, forwards, it's there. But always, always work on the day that is scheduled. And if not, for any reason, let us know what's going on. We've got to make sure that we can line up your accounts on the days where you are actually cleaning them. One time or permanent. And you always want to remember one time change, permanent change when you contact the cloud support team. So for this, I'm going to go into my first line cleaning account and click on the Town Pump Tavern. This is the one I always use. And this takes us right into the page. We've tried to eliminate some clicks. First thing you will do when you arrive on site is check in at the bottom right. That will turn to check out. And then you're going to go into the account after you've grabbed your supplies. Very first thing you do when you get to the account is you check in, grab your supplies, go into the account, get the chemical pumping through the line. And when you're towards the end of the service, waiting for your soak time to finish up, that's when you will fill out these items. So pretending I'm in the account, I'm going to go back in and click on the line cleaning steps. And our safety first guidelines are here. Always gloves, glasses, goggles, add the add the water. Add the cleaner to the water, not the reverse. Use pH paper. All of these things you have to check mark it and verify that you've understood that, and you can then collapse it. So we're always checking two boxes here. So regular maintenance and static, and at the bottom I'm going to save, and you're doing this for each system. Okay. This is a regular line cleaning. It's the first 4 steps up at the top. And the type of process I'm using is what I'm saving down at the bottom. And I'll click Save Changes. Then from here, we're going to go to the faucets. And this is the most difficult part for sure. On this particular example, I'm going to forward to this tower, which is cleaner. We want to go bartender view left to right every single time. On the Miller Lite, I'm going to pretend that this has changed. So I'm going to click on the pencil, click into the Miller Lite box and type in Bud and select Bud Light. And don't ever worry about the distributor. That's auto-populated by Draftline now. So Bud Light and save. And you will get a pop-up that says the request is sent for review. These wrenches are replacing the gears. And so the wrenches appear where we have serviceable lines. So that's just Draftline saying to you, hey, technician, it looks like you should be cleaning these lines. So make sure you pay attention to that. And we can have errors, especially in the early days. So up here, I'm going to put the check marks in next to the lines that I have actually cleaned. And you can do that sort of en masse by clicking the Select All Serviceable button up here. So that will put the check marks in for you. And it will go all the way down the list. But always remember, we always have to be updating our brands. And sometimes lines go to what we call open. That means there's no tap handle, no keg in the cooler. And we have to send those in. And you see that just auto updated. If we have a brand, for example, that does not exist yet within Draftline, I am going to put one pink pen ale. This one doesn't exist, but I can still click on it, save it, and that will go in for review. But you will see it will look a little bit different. Somebody's got to look at it, verify it, assign it to a distributor, a supplier, make sure the spelling's correct. And so this is just showing us that it's pending, okay? No big deal, as it should be. So make sure every single time you go into an account that you update all of the brands. Again, bartender view left to right. If you have a more complicated system, you're coming in, you're working to your left, always swinging around to your right. Anytime you can take a shortcut and say, for example, you have faucets that are teeter or wide, tell us, put in the first 8, and then say, hey, I have a second tower at station 2, all the exact same brands. It's wide, it's teed, however you can communicate it to us to make life as easy as possible on you, please do that. So you want to make sure that you're tracking every single station. We have main bar, seasonal bar, patio bar, upstairs bar, downstairs bar, concession stand, whatever it is. It's just an easy geographic indicator to let us know. And we're tracking our brands, we're tracking competitive brands, and we're tracking where there are no brands. That's what open taps are called. So this has to be done every single time that you go in to make sure that all of your billing information and your wholesaler's information is absolutely accurate. So I'm going to click Save 34 Changes down at the bottom. You're going to see that popped up as saved, and I'm going to go in and close that. And so now you're going to see that we have this partially completed signal or sign. That's as it should be. If I want to grab a customer signature, I go in here. I always want the name of the person, not your name. And click Save, and that will update in real time. Again, photos, signatures, all of those things are updating in real time, and the expectation is that you will enter those 100% while you are at the account. Now I'm going to grab a couple of photos that we can go ahead and upload as well for when you have those larger systems. We always say 15 taps or over. You can enter notes and photos. And here, if you go in and you get refused for a line cleaning, we call that no work performed. And that's going to go into a status refused. And I'm going to hit that. Also, sometimes you're going to go in and there's going to be no product for you to clean. No product, no brands for my distributor. And hit that blue arrow and send that. Now here we're going to go in and we're going to take photos. I'm going to click the camera icon. And sorry, this doesn't turn sideways. I'm going to line this up. Click use photo at the bottom right, and that's going to update. Make sure you do these, 8, 10, 12 taps. We don't want to make these photos too big because we want to make sure that we're able to see everything. Make sure those tap handles are lined up and looking lovely and facing us so we can make sure we get all the information in and zoom in to help you guys and gals enter the brands. And you will see those are uploading in real time, date and time stamped, everything. They're looking good. So from there, make sure you're always putting in your notes any photos that are required. And if your employer requires a photo of the cooler sticker, let's put that in too. Click use photo. Okay. So then from there, if you are tracking expenses, this will be here. And there is a separate video for that. I won't go over that today, but this is really the nuts and bolts of what we need to track in Draftline. Our line cleaning steps, our tap survey, which is our faucets, any signatures, any notes, any photos. And if you guys fill everything out the way I ask by entering it, when checking in when you arrive, entering all the information while you're there, finishing up, loading your supplies on your vehicle, and checking out when you're ready to leave, that will capture all of the information in the maximum amount of service time, and I'll never need to bug you by coming back and asking questions. So here I'm going to click a checkout, and we are going to set our status. This status will be in completed. Partially completed is for service or installation, and no work performed is a special status that I invented to say when our line cleaners are showing up and get refused through no fault of their own. That is what we call no work performed. That signals that you were there, you tried to do your job, but for whatever reason, we got turned away. So for this one, I'm going to mark it as completed, and you're going to see that update in real time right here. And on the first one, cocktails and screams, I'm going to check in, and then I'm going to pretend that I got refused. Anytime you get refused, say closed for event. Oops. Hit the send button, and then I'm going to go back. Oops, I went too far back, and I'm going to check out. And then this one I will put into the no work performed status, and you'll see that's that black color. And the name of the game at the end of the day is to make sure that we get everything into the completed status or a status. Anything that is missed with no color coding, that means that that trip is open. And we don't like those. So everything is very similar. It's a little bit different. I know everybody's kind of afraid of change, and we were too, but we've been working on this app literally for 3 years to make sure it's as seamless and as painless as possible. And we hope that you all are able to navigate easily. And if not, please let us know and we will help you. I promise. So good luck to everybody out there. This is your basic overview on Draftline's new 2026 app, and we look forward to continuing to work with you. Cheers.